Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pre-match press conference for the AFC Asian Qualifiers Road to 26 between Indonesia and Australia. In front of us, there are the head coach of Indonesia national team, Sinteyong, and the player Justin Hubner. Welcome, Coach Justin Hubner, to the press conference. Selamat sore rekan-rekan media, selamat datang pada pre-match press conference antara Indonesia dan Australia. Di depan kita sudah ada pelatih kepala tim nasional Indonesia, Sinteyong, dan pemain Justin Hubner. Information for the media, please silence your phone during the press conference. And for the photographer, please, during the press conference, photographer only allowed to take a picture after the press conference done. Please also be aware we have cameras behind, so don't stand or disturb the camera person behind. Informasi untuk rekan-rekan media, mohon untuk menonaktifkan telepon genggam Anda selama konferensi pers. Dan bagi fotografer, selama konferensi pers, fotografer hanya diperbolehkan mengambil gambar setelah press conference berakhir. First, to the coach and Justin Hubner, what's your opinion about tomorrow's games? Pertama-tama untuk pelatih dan Justin Hubner, bagaimana pendapat Anda tentang pertandingan besok?
네. 내일 경기는 뭐 우리가 쉬운 경기는 절대 아니다. 물론 호주가 22번 팀이에요. 우리는 136번 팀이기 때문에 힘든 경기가 될 수 있겠지만 우리 선수들은 절대 포기하지 않고 어떻게 하든 끌면서 호주랑 멋진 경기를 준비 계획이라고 보시면 되겠습니다. 내일 경기 놓치지 않고 최선을 다해보겠습니다.
Pertandingan besok memang tidak mudah bagi kami karena Australia FIFA ranking 20-an, sedangkan Indonesia 130-an. Jadi pastinya akan menjadi pertandingan yang sangat sulit bagi kami. Tapi para pemain kita ya tidak akan pernah menyerah. Bagaimana caranya di home di sini akan menjadikan pertandingan yang baik melawan Australia.
Even though tomorrow is our home match, it's going to be difficult. It's never easy, especially in terms of the FIFA ranking. Australia is now around 20, and now Indonesia is 130. So yeah, obviously it's going to be tough, but never give up. We're not going to give up, and we are in a good preparation. We're showing a good performance, so we will do our best.
All right, next for the Justin Hubner, please.
I think Australia is a really strong country, and, so do we. I think we are not scared of anyone. We will fight tomorrow. We got a good preparation for the game tomorrow, and we're gonna do everything to beat Australia. So we're gonna fight really hard, and we'll see what happens.
Baik, Australia adalah negara yang kuat, kita akan bertanding besok dan akan berjuang sebaik mungkin untuk mengalahkan Australia. So now we open for the Q&A session with the media. If you have a question, please raise your hand, mention your name, where you're from, and also what questions you're going to be. Selanjutnya kita buka sesi pertanyaan kepada rekan-rekan media. Tolong untuk perkenalkan nama, asal media, dan juga ditujukan ke siapa pertanyaan Anda. Please.
Terima kasih. Saya Susila dari CNN Indonesia. Pertanyaan buat Coach Sinteyong. Selama 2024 Indonesia 24 kali kebobolan dan 11 diantaranya di menit-menit akhir. Mungkin Coach bisa jelaskan apa sih yang menjadi kendala yang terjadi, terus bagaimana antisipasi agar menit akhir ini tidak terjadi lagi di pertandingan lawan Australia nanti.
question was the Indonesian team in 2024, the 24 goals conceded, and among those goals, 11 goals conceded at the last minute, before the second, the end of the match. So, how do you reckon about this fact, and then how you going to deal with it in this problem? That was the question.
네, 예전에는 피지컬 차이가 극명한 차이가 나서 그런 현상이 많이 일어났다고 볼 수 있고, 이제는 그런 일은 없을 거다, 그렇게 믿고 응원해 주시면 되겠습니다.
Dulu memang ada perbedaan fisikal, jadi ya, mungkin bisa terjadi hal-hal seperti itu. Tapi untuk kedepannya tidak akan terjadi lagi. Jadi dengan kepercayaan kami, mohon dukungan yang penuh kepada Indonesia.
The reason for that is probably because of some of the physical condition, the fitness thing. So now I expect those some negativity wouldn't happen again.
Alright, next question please.
Coach,
Oke,
halo Coach,
boleh perkenalkan nama
Alvino dari Bo. Coach, you end your career atas Indonesia dia. Coach terakhir main di Queensland Crows dan saya juga sempat dengar Coach bersahabat dengan Frank Farina pelatih Australia sebelumnya. Jadi bagaimana Coach mengetahui sepak bola Australia sejauh ini dan juga menilai tim Australia besok, dan kemudian apakah menurut Coach keputusan Australia sejak pindah ke Asia punya dampak positif buat sepak bola Australia? And for Justin, after Cerezo, how you keep your ball touching and stamina more fit, because maybe the other people don't know you not train regularly like the other players, and how you make your shape and your try to keep fit after Cerezo, and also maybe some people want to know how you go after this. Thank you.
No, I'm feeling good. After Cerezo as well, I think the training sessions there and everything was more harder than in England. So I think a lot of people underestimate the level in Japan, but I think it's better than some leagues in Europe. I got more fit there than what I was before. So at the moment I'm feeling really good, and I'm ready to play tomorrow. So.
지금 현재 호주 감독이 나오면 특별하게 뭐 팀이냐는 이만큼은 아니고, 호주가 아시아에서 편입되면서 사실 아시아 축구가 좋아졌다기보다는 호주가 많이 좋아지지 않았나 생각을 하고 있습니다. 호주 같은 경우는 뭐 오세아니아에서 라이브라고 생각하는 뉴질랜드 팀 하나밖에 없기 때문에 팀이 발전할 수 있는 계기가 크게 없고, 아시아에 편입되면서 한국, 일본, 이란, 사우디 이런 좋은 팀들하고 경쟁을 하다 보니까 계속 호주가 좋아지고 있다고 보면 되고, 호주 축구는 예전에는 영국 축구를 많이 따라가면서 힘의 축구를 했는데 지금은 나름대로 많이 기술 축구를 같이 겸비해서 호주 축구가 상당히 좋은 축구로 변모했기 때문에 저는 개인적으로 호주 축구가 기술적이나 또 피지컬적으로 모든 면에서 상당히 좋은 축구를 하고 있다 이렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
Dengan pelatih Australia memang tidak ada hubungan juga sebenarnya. Dan dengan Australia pindah ke benua Asia dari Oceania, sepak bola Australia semakin baik karena di Oceania hanya rivalnya cuma New Zealand saja. Tetapi dengan ke Asia ada Korea, Jepang, Iran, Saudi, tim-tim kuat sepak bolanya. Dulu memang Australia lebih cenderung ke power aja karena banyak pengaruh dari Inggris juga. Tetapi dengan sekarang ada skill yang baik dan sepak bola Australia semakin baik secara fisikal dan secara skill. Jadi masih melihat ya penilaiannya sangat baik untuk sepak bola Australia saat ini.
Question is, I think, as far as I know, the Coach Chin has a relationship with the Australian manager. So, how do you think about the Australian football? And next question is, Australia is actually in the Oceania continent, but they just come into the Asian football and they now play in AFC. So, what would be the effect, whether it's positive or negative, for Australian football? So, Coach Chin answered. I don't have any special relationship with the Australian manager, and the fact that the Australia now playing in the AFC stage, it helps Australian football to develop rather than just drop their performance. And obviously we all know there is only few competitors like New Zealand in Oceania. So probably if the Australia plays in Oceania, there is the less possibility to develop their own team play. And now they're competing with some of the stronger teams like Korea, Japan, and Iran, and Saudi Arabia, etc. So that's one of the reasons why the Australian people keep developing and improving. I think the previously Australian football was similar to the old classical England football, but now I think the Australian football has lots of technical area, and also in terms of regarding the physical things. Those are we can see in Australian football. So in all respect, I think Australian team is a very nice team.
All right, next question, please.
Halo coaches, Justin Abner dan juga rekan media baik dari Indonesia dan juga Australia. Pertanyaan saya simpel aja, apa yang bisa Anda pelajari dari pertandingan lawan Arab Saudi untuk pertandingan besok lawan Australia? Terima kasih.
What did the Indonesian team learn from the previous match against Saudi Arabia?
네, 특별히 배웠다기보다는 우리 선수들이 사실 경기 체력이나 팀에서 거의 경기력이 없다시피 해서 와서 그런 사우디를 대비했는데 생각보다 경기를 선수들이 열심히 뛰어줬고 사실 체력적으로 많이 올라오고 경기를
sangat sulit, tetapi para pemain tetap kerja keras dan bisa dapat hasil yang baik. Jadi yang Coach simpulkan ya, secara fisik meningkat dan performa pertandingan juga.
I did not actually want to say we learned something from the previous match against Saudi Arabia. Actually, I was pretty much worried about some of the players who didn't play regularly in their own football club. But the player did their best, and the performance was good. And one of the reasons why we had a good result in Saudi Arabia is some basic physics in our team is improved. So that's the key point actually for our team to show good performance in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, for the next question, please.
Joey Lynch for ESPN. Question in English. Justin, the last time Indonesia played Australia at a senior level was the Asian Cup, where Australia got a 4-0 win. How has the Indonesian side improved since that last meeting between the two?
I think we have improved a lot. We have a couple new players in the team. The same coach. I think the level improved so much. We have some really good quality players now in the team. Same as the last Asian Cup. I think like the 4-0 against Australia we didn't deserve the 4-0. I think the first half we played really good that game. Could have been up by 1-0, but we didn't score in the game. Now the level is really good in the team. We're feeling really good, and we are really confident to beat Australia tomorrow. So we're not scared of any team now.
Baik, jadi setelah pertandingan sebelumnya kita improve sangat banyak sekali untuk timnas Indonesia. Kita punya banyak pemain yang sangat berkualitas saat ini, dan kita sekarang percaya dan yakin dapat mengalahkan Australia di pertandingan besok. Another question, please.
Bramuda from TVR World.
Alright.
So, question to Coach Taeyong. So, from the previous match against Bahrain, Australia have seemed to be struggling with parking the bus method that has been applied by Bahrain. Will we be seeing the same sort of battle between our defense and Australia's very intense offense, where they play mostly in the second half and they're in Bahrain's help? Or will it be our weapon, as Indonesia has been previously praised in their counter-attacking method? And also on the absence of the main striker, which is pretty prolific for the national team, for the Australian national team, how big of an impact it brings to the game? Thank you.
전술이 얘기하는 것이 아니라 비판 랭킹에서 우리가 공격하고 싶거든 수비할 수 없는 상황이 더러운 상황이고, 호주는 21등이고 131등이기 때문에 우리가 호주를 압도할 수는 없다고 보시면 됩니다. 자연스럽게 경기는 6대4 정도로 우리가 밀릴 수밖에 없는 상황이 올 것이고, 그것을 우리가 어떻게 이용할 것인가에 대해서는 감독이 저희가 전술을 잘 짜야 되는 그런 부분을 그렇게 보시면 돼요. 상대 스트라이크가 나오든 안 나오든 우리는 우리가 항상 강했던 팀이기 때문에 모든 선수들을 우리가 경쟁으로 경계하고 모든 선수들에 대해서 준비하고 있기 때문에 스트라이크가 나오고 안 나오고를 떠나서 호주 팀 자체를 우리는 경계하고 준비하고 있습니다.
ya mungkin kita dapat bicarakan taktik di sini ya pastinya. Tetapi kita bisa lihat dari FIFA ranking, kita mau menyerang pun ya pasti bakal lebih banyak bertahan. FIFA ranking Australia 20-an dan Indonesia 120-an. Jadi mungkin saja 6 banding 4. Tetapi Coach sebagai pelatih kepala timnas Indonesia, bagaimana akan memanfaatkan itu yang harus diberikan. Striker lawan dia bisa bermain atau tidak, itu sebenarnya tidak terlalu dipikirkan karena dari dulu memang tim Australia lebih baik daripada kita. Jadi akan antisipasi semua pemain Australia. Memang tim Australia sendiri memang sangat kuat, jadi kita harus lebih baik dalam persiapan dan antisipasi baik.
Before we talk about how we're going to play and some of the lessons from previous match against Australia and Bahrain, so we need to think about the FIFA ranking, the difference in FIFA ranking. Australia is like around 20s, and now Indonesia is 130, so there's a big gap in between our FIFA ranking. Obviously we cannot dominate the game. Australia is strong, so naturally. Simply, I think maybe 60-40. Australia dominant game. How are we gonna fight? This is my job, and that's my responsibility. So I'm still in a good process preparing for the next match, tomorrow's match in terms of technical side. And Australia is always strong, and every single player probably have good strength. So doesn't matter who's gonna be the striker, who got suspension or something. We are just examining Australia individual player, and
All right, for the last question, please. Center one.
Terima kasih, saya Fitrianto dari Republika. Saya mau tanya Coach Sintayong, untuk stamina pemain ini peningkatannya sejauh mana dibanding di Arab Saudi kemarin yang di babak kedua ini kan kedodoran ya. Kira-kira mampukah para pemain Indonesia nanti meladeni Australia 90 menit dengan konsisten permainannya begitu? Kemudian secara usia rata-rata timnas Indonesia ini kan dibilang paling muda ya, 23 sekian tahunnya, jauh dibanding Australia yang 27-an tahun rata-ratanya. Usia ini apa berpengaruh terhadap kematangan pemain itu di laga besok? Ya, terima kasih.
So compared to the match against Saudi Arabia, the team's physical condition, about the team's physical condition, what do you think about your own team's physical condition for tomorrow's match? And then, the team average age, in Indonesia is like around 23, and Australia is like 27-ish. So, what does it mean to you?
네, 일단 스태미나는 어느 정도 우리가 회복했을지 모르겠지만 일단 경기력은 사우디전보다는 좋아질 것이다. 저는 보고 있습니다. 그렇지만 우리가 또 사우디 갔다가 바로 또 돌아와서 준비하기 때문에 선수들 피곤한 부분이 부족이 있을 거라고 저는 생각하지만 그래도 경기를 뛰지 못하다가 한 경기를 소화했고 또 우리 선수들이 처음으로 또 밥을 맞춰보고 했기 때문에 스태미나와 경기력 이런 것은 사우디전보다는 낫지 않겠나 게 제가 조심스럽게 생각하고 있는 부분이고요. 우리 대표팀이 지금 현재 아시안컵 출전팀 중에 가장 낮은 23세 정도 평균 연령인데 제 개인적인 생각으로는 우리 인도네시아 우리 대표팀이 세대 교체를 상당히 빠르게 잘 이루어졌다고 생각하는 게 제 개인적인 생각입니다. 그러면서 우리가 평균 연령이 낮아지고 선수들도 하고자 하는 투지도 좋아지고 그러다 보니까 호주가 27점 몇 세가 되지만 그런 것은 크게 문제가 안 되라고 생각하지만 그래도 우리는 젊은 패기로 우리는 더 앞으로 더 올라갈 수 있는 기회가 훨씬 많다 이렇게 봐주시면 되겠습니다.
Kita habis bertanding lawan Saudi kemarin dan kita kembali langsung ke Jakarta. Pastinya capek, pemain pasti capek rasanya. Yang pasti numpuk juga. Jadi jujur belum tahu stamina-nya pulih atau tidak dengan baiknya. Tetapi secara performa pastinya akan lebih baik daripada lawan Saudi Arabia kemarin. Jadi secara stamina dan performa pertandingan pasti akan baik dibanding lawan Saudi Arabia. Memang sekarang rata-rata umur timnas Indonesia sekarang 23. Kalau menurut coach melakukan regenerasi sangat baik untuk timnas Indonesia dan daya berjuang pun berbeda. Untuk Australia rata-rata umurnya 27 berapa, tetapi ini nggak jadi masalah. Tetapi untuk bagi kita sendiri ya situasinya kita mau tidak mau harus berkembang dan akan berkembang dan akan menjadi tim yang baik daripada sebelumnya.
Yeah, obviously the fitness thing is a matter of recovery. We played in Saudi Arabia before, and we had a long journey to come back to Jakarta. So probably the many players still have they accumulate the fatigue as well. In terms of the performance level, I think our performance tomorrow could be even better than Saudi Arabia. This is a national team, so we cannot train often. But we had a few more days from the match against Saudi Arabia, so players know each other better. So I think overall the performance level tomorrow should be better than when we play against Saudi Arabia. So and in terms of the average age, I think as far as I know, we are the youngest team among the 18 teams in the first round. So I think we did well, age transition very quickly. Australia is around 27 years old average, and we are 23. Maybe we have experiencing a difference, but still we have more energy from the youngsters.
Alright, thank you so much for the pre-match press conference. Now we invite the coach and the players to take a photo. Photo. Alright, thank you so much, coach and player. And go to the right side. Sudah oke teman-teman?
Depan. Center.
Go to the center. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Thank you so much.
Fighting coach.